Well, it looks like I'm alive, and it looks like people were here, although I don't see now. Anyway, welcome, boys and girls, cats and dogs. We are an include cow, and always have been, always will be. So, yeah, here we are. This is my Wednesday free for all, where we really have a topic or a theme. We just schmooze, and schmooze is more fun than anything else, isn't it? So, as you come in, the normal small talk questions, what's in your cup, what's for dinner, all of that stuff. So dinner tonight we have a lot of fresh vegetables, because it's vegetables. Hello, Cecile, and thank you for the thumbs up. I don't believe I know. I'm glad to see you here. Anyway, yes. As I was saying, today for dinner, it's going to be all about fresh vegetables because it is vegetable season, isn't it? Um, and so it should be quite nice. And depending upon when how long we go here, either I will be making it or my sister will. So it will be delicious because we have like corn on the cob, and we have fresh zucchini, which is one of my favorite vegetables. We have some leftover coleslaw from the other one we had. What was the that we had? I don't remember. Oh, we had some steak the other night. That's when we had the coleslaw. So we have some leftover coleslaw. Um, and then we have some chicken strips just to have some protein. So anyway, so let me first say I'm using a new microphone today. So I want to know if that makes a difference. Hey, Denisha, you can actually tell me. I was just saying I'm using a new microphone today, and I want to know if it makes a difference in my sound. Because I just got it today in mail. It was sort of happy mail. Because I had to pay for it. Hey, Udo, glad to see you. So I'm hoping that I always need to remember, hey Gina, I always need to remember to speak up because I do that very well. Not very. You can hardly hear me at what Michelle is. So let me see if I can control that a little better. Is it better now? Hi, buddy. So Michelle, is it better now? I just adjusted the volume on this mic. Okay. I'm imagine a little bit of a delay in the comments. I sound like I'm in a cave. Okay, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to switch back to the other, to the built-in.
Okay, I have switched back to the one that's built in on my computer. How does that sound? Is there a difference? Okay, Heather is saying that it sounds a lot better when I use the one that's on the... Oh, okay. That was a nice waste of money, wasn't it? Okay. Let's see. I'm just putting up the link if anybody wants to join me up here. So it's a lot better without the external mic. I will have to figure out how to use it better. Or just send it back. I could always do that. You know, it wasn't that expensive, but I could use that money for other things. Okay. Anyway, so our typical small talk questions: what's on your hook? What's in your cup? What's for dinner? All of that sort of thing. Hello, Ruby. Glad to see you. Let's see. Oh, okay, Denisha, that's okay. Next time. Oh, Michelle, you got your yarn from Daniel. Isn't it beautiful? Which colorway did you get? So we all love Daniel's yarn. Let me just enter the shortcut for that. I hope this is the. I hope I remember it correctly. Well, no, it would work better if I entered it without a typo. Exactly. There we go. Hello, PJ. Tortellini. Hey, Mark. Hi, Mark. Thank you for the super chat earlier on. I am, or super sticker rather. You know, as I've been saying all along, you know, anytime anyone shows that kind of love to me, it doesn't go into my gas tank. It goes into my, oh, hey, Dana. Anytime anybody shows that kind of love to me, it doesn't go into my gas tank. It doesn't go into my phone bill. It goes into my retreat fund, where I can network and I can become a better content provider. And that is my intent. Of course, it'll be fun. I mean, I wouldn't do it if it wasn't fun. But, you know, I also wouldn't do it if I didn't think it would help me to become a better content creator. I should put on my earbuds since we have another person in the room. Hey, Michelle.
Hello. I just want to show you what I got.
Oh, the yarns you got from Daniel. Oh, wow.
Those
What's
are Pride.
Oh, I thought that was the Pride.
Yep.
Oh, he is so amazing with color, isn't he?
This is Lemon and Lime sock set.
Nice. Hey, Froggy. Hey, Julie. Hey, Karen. Hey, everybody else who's coming in from Granny D. Thank you all for coming in. Don't forget to click the thumbs up. Oh, that's cool. I haven't seen that one, but that's cool. Do you have plans for that one?
Banana.
Do you have plans for it?
I was going to do some socks, but my socks aren't turning out very well.
I don't think I've ever made socks, and well, I'm okay with that. Yeah. Oh, hey, AJ.
I don't know what it's going to be.
So, how many did you buy? Oh, wow, that's nice. What's that one called?
Madeira.
Have some Madeira, my dear.
Merida.
I think that's an old Noel Coward song.
Merida. I think it's Merida.
Merida?
Yep.
Okay, Merida. Something like that. Hey, Kim. But
that's what I got.
Okay, that's nice. So you think you're going to make socks with some of those?
I'm going to have to practice before I do that.
Hey, Nancy.
Don't want to waste good yarn.
I know. That's why, hey, Chris, that's why I've always been afraid of buying posh yarns. But I think my tastes are becoming more expensive.
Well, I mean, if it's something you've made 100 times before, it's not that big a deal. But if it's a new pattern for you.
But if it's something that I've made 100 times before, it's going to bore the tears out of me.
Yes.
Or something like that.
But if you know that yarn is going to be perfect for that pattern.
Yeah. You know, I've been talking about this ginger bear yarn that I got from him. That I'm still. Hello, everybody else who's coming in from Granny D. And I've been just waiting to see what the yarn tells me it wants to be, and there's really no schedule on that. It doesn't have to tell me right away. because I'm not hurting for yarn, I'll tell you that. And I have ideas that at least in the first iterations I'll make with other yarns that are, let us say, more affordable.
Yeah.
So, yeah, so, but yeah, his yarns are quite beautiful. Now I know that he's working on some kind of US distribution thing, but nothing is finalized, so I shouldn't even be saying that much. But as soon as it happens, it will be a lot easier to get his yarns.
Yeah.
I mean, for a lower postage cost.
Well, those were stuck in Chicago for a month.
I have heard that. He has run into that issue a lot. I was fortunate. Apparently, going from Scotland to North Carolina, it doesn't go through Chicago.
Yeah.
So I got the yarn that I ordered fairly quickly. So yeah, I was fortunate, and I do love the yarn that I have, and I wish that I could afford to buy more. But anyway, everybody's greeting each other. Hey, Jenny, I didn't see you come in. Glad to see you. Diet root beer. Steak and potatoes for supper. That sounds nice. Mark, I should be writing more. I love to write, and I don't do it enough. Hey, Pat Dancer. Glad to see you. But, you know, today I meant to do a lot of video editing because I have things that I had recorded that I was going to just edit and upload and schedule. Some of the things I recorded in StreamYard, and I waited too long to download, and they're no longer there.
Uh-oh.
I feel so stupid for doing that.
Are there any interviews?
Well, one of the people I reached out to and said, I'm so stupid, and he was, you know, perfectly willing to do another one. And in fact, he said that because of a few changes since the time we did the first one around, it would probably be a better interview. And the other one that I was not able to access has not responded to my message yet. But I'm always reaching out to new people.
Right.
Because there are actually a bunch of men in the crochet, well, in the yarn world, crochet, knitting, and yarn dyeing. And I keep finding all sorts of new ones on Instagram. And actually that has turned out to be my best source because I can see pictures right away of their work. And a lot of them have amazing work.
I have a really good friend that I went to school with in Indy, and he weaves.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Did you send me information about him?
No, I haven't. I don't know.
Will you?
Yeah, I can.
I might want to approach him as well because I haven't spoken with any weavers yet.
Okay.
I've had knitters and crocheters and dyers, and we'll have more of each, but I haven't spoken with any weavers yet.
Okay.
So, I don't know why. So what's on your hook currently, Michelle?
I am making Cinnamon Stitches top.
Oh, that looks like it'll turn out nicely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's one that there's not really a pattern for. She just makes you measure your body so that it fits.
Don't you just love how metal crochet hooks seem to have a magnetic attraction to a hardwood floor?
Yeah. Well, my furl did that the first time I used my furl.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Snapped the top right off of it.
Yeah. Oh, did it?
Yeah.
I had a glass one that my ex bought for me at a yarn festival, and I was always afraid to use it. And then actually at the next year's yarn festival, he made me speak to the people who had created the thing, because I think they remembered him buying it or something like that. And, you know, he told them that I was afraid to use it. And then they said, if anything happens, we'll replace it. Something happened. They would replace it for a cost.
Ah.
So, yeah. I mean, it was really, really beautiful. But and now I regret ever using it because it was so beautiful.
Right.
It should have been on a shelf somewhere. Oh, Karen dropped her furled size 5 hook and it broke. What model was that? Okay. Heather, I don't think I saw you come in. Anybody else I missed? Hi, Ola Joe. Hi, Allie's Crafts. Yeah, Gwenny Square is offering me more yarn. She's given me enough already. But you know, that's the thing when you meet someone local. But yeah, I've got enough yarn to start a store already. So I just started. Oh, hey, Katrina. I just started doing this. This is going to be, I mean, I've only done a few yards of it already, but it's going to be a rectangular shawl in a moss stitch using this ice yarn.
Oh, that's pretty.
It is so nice. And the colorway, I believe, what is it called? Well, it's Picasso, the variety, and the colorway I think is called, what is it? Oh, I have to pull this tab out and God only knows what else. It's not on that end. Let me see if it's on this end. Well, it's Picasso yarn. It doesn't give a specific colorway, but I think Picasso was a variety, not a colorway, right?
Yeah. I think they just have numbers for colors.
Okay. Well, I can't tell what it is, but I like it. I think it's beautiful. I think it was something, the name was something rainbowish, and I bought 4 skeins of it from Gia at Yarn Nut.
Mm-hmm.
Who is a great resource if anybody does not know Gia Yarn Nut. She is a U.S. distributor of ice yarns, so if you buy from her, you do not pay that exorbitant shipping cost.
And you don't have to get a bunch. You can just try 1 skein, which I think is better.
That's true. That's true because normally if the shipping cost is high, then you want to order a lot to make it worthwhile.
Right.
And sometimes if you order enough, the shipping cost might be reduced or even eliminated. But yeah, Dina says she has enough yarn balls to start a store just like I do. But I just started this new shawl. It's going to be a large rectangular shawl or wrap, and with this yarn. And then I have an idea for another one. And so I'm trying to publish a lot of patterns this year. Because patterns are, I like making patterns. In fact, since I've been doing patterns, I don't enjoy doing other people's patterns as much anymore. Which says nothing about them. It's just my own process that I just enjoy creating more than duplicating. And I have made some perfectly beautiful things with other people's patterns. And I will go back to some of those patterns, particularly some of my standards, like the the Which Way Filet blanket for a baby blanket, which I think is brilliant. And Dana's Prosperity Tea, which I've made for a number of people. But for the most part, I like doing my own.
When you find your niche.
I think so. And yeah, I don't know. I've spoken openly about this. I think that, I've been talking with someone who is an old friend who has become a trusted advisor. Hey, Proverbs, about, finding my true voice. And, I'm finding it in various ways. I mean, one of it is, these live streams. I love doing these live streams, and people seem to enjoy them. I mean, I don't get hundreds of people, but I couldn't manage hundreds of people. That's okay. Hello, MOB. But also, I really, really love doing the interviews. I love doing the Sunday readings. I love doing patterns. And I was telling her about the project that I have coming up, which I haven't focused on enough because I've been focused on the Hat Not Hate project, but where I'm trying to compile a pattern book to sell to support a hunger charity.
I think that's a wonderful idea.
On an ongoing basis. And, a number of people have volunteered patterns for that because they think it's a good idea too. Yeah, so and she thought that was a great example of my voice, is just doing the work that I love to do to help other people and to, educate, entertain, and enlighten other people. And, I sometimes liken these, I'm talking an awful lot, but hey, it's my live stream. But, I liken these live streams to just being on stage for all this time, and which can be exhausting, especially after I do a long one. I just need to go to bed afterwards. But it is like when I was at least aspiring to be a performer. It's that same kind of energy in some ways. Not completely, of course, but in some ways. Anyway, I'm going to post the link again in case anybody wants to come up. But I am running my mouth an awful lot, which I tend to do.
I got a box from Premier a couple days ago as well.
Oh, I think you mentioned that. Yes. And tell us again what was in that.
Oh man, there's some cotton. There's some tweed. I got 3 of these parfait layers.
That looks like a big cake. How many yards are in each of those?
Well, it's a 5.
A 5 weight?
Yeah.
Okay.
So there's not as many yards as it looks like.
Oh, okay.
459.
Hey, Andrea.
It's 459. So
you could make a lot of damage with 400. Yeah. 3 times 459. Well. I like that too. So, Andrea, you're like in the mountains right now, right?
Yeah, and we're headed home tomorrow. I did not have to cook tonight. They took me out to eat.
Well, that's very nice.
But I still had collards.
Collards are good. Collards are good. Yeah.
So how's our weather?
I understand that we're gonna get the storm late tonight, early tomorrow.
All right, we'll be safe.
Well, I'm not worried about me, but in fact, I might go out and put some soap on my car. But otherwise, no, I'm not worried about me. But there are areas around here that are low-lying. But it's not going to be as severe as other storms we've had in recent years.
And we've had our fair share.
I moved down just after, well, it was in 2018, just after the F word.
Oh, yes.
Floyd?
Florence.
Florence? Floyd? Yeah,
Floyd
I
was
confused the
way
two.
back.
I
Florence
remember,
was-
because, yeah, I was in school in 1987 when Floyd was supposed to be a bad hurricane, and like we were like let out of classes and everything early.
Oh, okay.
And then nothing happened. At least I was living in South Florida at the time, and nothing happened there. So they started calling it Pink Floyd.
Hey, Ezra.
Hey, are you diamond
that-
painting?
No, I'm actually gold leafing a picture of a tarantula that I drew. Weird things that I never thought I'd say.
Interesting.
Weird things that I never thought I'd hear.
Yeah. So it's
Okay,
in
I mean,
there.
you had me up until tarantula.
That's where I lose most people, but it's just a picture.
So,
I'd rather have the picture than the actual.
well,
Yep.
true. And there are people who keep pet tarantulas. I don't understand. You know, if it's not a mammal, I would even exclude some mammals. But I don't understand it. But you know, it is what it is. People. Snow. Oh, Lucky! Oh,
Look at here, Pete. Petey, look up here. Tell him hi.
Oh,
Say hi.
what a
guys.
little cutie! Thank you.
I figured you wanted puppies instead of tarantulas.
Of course
Sorry.
I do.
Yeah.
Of course I do. Yeah.
Hey, David, I
So-
guess you didn't see my comment a while ago about when I bring you a plate, there's going to be a special napkin with it for your trip.
Oh, what napkin will?
It'll be a green
kind?
napkin.
Oh.
You know,
Oh.
since
Oh.
you and I are local to each other, when I bring you your plate, you're going to get a green napkin to go with your trip stuff.
You're very, very kind. I mean, I'm sort of torn because I don't want to ask for gifts, but I want to tell people how they can give me gifts if they want to. I mean, that is.
Ever since I met you, it was like an immediate connection, all because of a crochet hook.
Of course.
And you know that I have jumped into supporting your channel
You
wholeheartedly.
have very much, yes.
And I just feel like we're kin to each other, period.
Exactly, except
So-
you haven't had me
so-
over to your house for dinner yet.
We're working on that, okay?
Okay, yeah.
If not, I'll do delivery, okay?
I'd rather have it there, because your
I got
puppy's
you.
there. Yeah.
Yeah. That was Petey, by the way. The little
Oh,
puppy dog.
Petey. Oh, he's so cute. How many do you have?
Just the
Funny
one.
enough,
Just the, yeah.
the
He's a
name
foundling.
of my spider that I have on the wall is named Petey.
Really?
I kid you not.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Well, when he was found, my friend was calling him Puppy, and I knew he was going to turn into a dog, so PD got slurred into PD, like off the Little Rascals.
Oh, yeah.
So that's how he got his name.
Yeah,
But that's
Heather
cute
is.
that you get a PD
Yeah.
too, Ezra.
Heather recognizes my conundrum. So, you know, because I'm actually, I've thought about doing like some sort of a one-time deal for pattern naming privileges for upcoming patterns. Because I on my Patreon, I put out a survey and I asked, you know, what do you think of having an additional membership level that would include the privilege of naming a pattern, you know, with certain limitations. You have to be a member for a certain amount of time. This, that, and the other. And, you know, people thought it was great. And then, after that, I asked, okay then, how much would you be willing to pay for that additional level of privilege? Or additional, that higher membership level? Let us say the response was not quite as lovely about that. Oh, Nancy is asking where you live, Angela, or Andrea. And she lives in Wilmington. No, near
Western
Wilmington.
Pender County,
Yeah,
outside of Wilmington.
yeah.
If you've
'cause-
seen the TV show Under the Dome and Sleepy Hollow and A Walk to Remember and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles back in the 80s,
Mm-hmm.
pretty much you've seen some of the roads that I live on.
Mm.
Sleepy Hollow, the Terrytown Psychiatric Hospital's up the street from my house, and it was the old Atkinson High School.
Oh, how charming. Hey, Angela. Yeah, actually, and Andrea and I met because she works. Oh, Nancy used to live near Calabash. I had forgotten that. Yeah.
Some
So was it like
fantastic seafood, didn't it?
Southport? Yeah, of course. Well, it's fantastic seafood everywhere, actually. What was I going to say?
How we met.
Oh, yes. Because Andrea works in the office of my optometrist. So, I was sitting there waiting. I think I was waiting for my eyes to dilate, really, because they had put the drops in, and so I had a project bag, and she came in, and we just started talking about that, and it was great. And as a coincidence, I had some of my postcards with me in that project bag. I need to remember to carry them every time I carry a project bag around. Let's see. Am I missing much in the chat?
I saw that Granny D was in the basement at one point.
Oh no, she still is. I'm sorry, Granny. Yeah, when there's
No,
more than
Hi.
oh, that's not
Hey.
Granny, but
No.
hey,
Hi,
but-
I'm PJ.
hey, glad to see you.
Hi. I came over to your channel from Crystal.
Oh, that's wonderful. Yeah, Granny is very. Oh, Crystal.
Yeah,
Oh, Crystal has been very kind to me
Crystal
as well.
bag a day. Yeah, you only had like 1,000 subscribers at that point. Not even.
At that point, yeah, that was when I was trying to get 750, and
Yeah.
she came to one of these actually Wednesday lives,
Mhm.
and during the live stream, she just posted something on her community tab.
Right.
During the live stream, I gained 90 subscribers, and
Yeah.
within a week, I gained like over 500.
Yeah, because you weren't even at 1,000. This is
Yeah.
the I had said to you last week I was making a corner to corner for my grandson, and this
Oh, okay.
I don't know if you could see it, but
That is
I think I
gorgeous.
recognize those colors. I think I might have used that yarn before.
that would be my Karen cakes. Whoops, where am I? There I am.
Yeah, and what's the colorway?
This one is where are we? Oh, Cake Pop.
Say that again?
Cake Pop.
I think I have definitely used that colorway before, and it actually was for a crystal design.
Yeah. She just put out a new sweater that I'm gonna do next.
Oh, that's cool. Snubs
'cause I'm-
loves corner to corner.
Yeah, and I've only been crocheting for since January of 2020.
Oh wow.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I've
Then
already
it
made-
sounds like you've accomplished a lot in that time.
Yeah. Well, last year I donated 20 hats to Hat Not Hate.
Wonderful.
And I made everybody hats and scarves for Christmas and a couple of blankets. This year, everybody wants me making Afghans for them. So
Nobody wants crochet gifts from me anymore. They're tired of them.
And I relate to the yarn store because I have a wardrobe that's made out of mahogany. That is, and this is it right here. And it's full of yarn. And then I've got a corner full of boxes of yarn. And then I have a 50-gallon tote full of yarn. And it's all the yarn that I'm going to be using for these, you know, Afghans that everybody wants. And then, of course, I just have to buy stuff because, you know, I have a yarn addiction. But I guess it's better than being addicted to other things. You know?
Buying yarn and actually using it are two different hobbies.
Yes. You know, go on and look and say, oh, here, oh, that looks really pretty, and I bet I can make something out of it, and then it just sits there. You know?
I do that sometimes. Usually it's in person. I'll find something, and the color just really speaks to me, and then I'll be at a loss for what to do with it.
Yeah, like I love this scarfy yarn, and I'm like, oh, I bet that would make a beautiful, warm, fluffy sweater. But I'm just very nervous about doing that. Right now, I did a very simple, it was by Tiffany Hansen for Crochet with Tiffany.
Her. Yeah.
Yeah, she just came out with the Tiffany top. And I made one for my daughter and I made one for me. So those were the very first articles of clothing I've made in the last year.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
I'm not like as talented as you guys because, you know.
It's not a matter of talent because it's a skill that you just work on and improve. It is a matter of practice. I mean, you know, there might be questions. Who did we lose just now?
Grammy.
Oh, Glammy. We lost Glammy. Anyway. I did from Mark. That's the second one from Mark today. Thank you. So thank you, Mark. You're very kind.
Yeah, but like I'm just tenacious and very, like, I'm one of these people that you need to understand your craft. So I went from not knowing what crochet hooks to buy, what a good yarn was, to being kind of a yarn snob sometimes, and knowing how to read a pattern. And doing it without a tutorial.
I have gone from being all about the budget yarns into being about budget yarns that don't suck.
Okay.
Because there are some acrylic yarns that give acrylic a bad name.
Right.
That are just really, really harsh. And some of them are store brand and some of them are national brand. And I just don't want to use them anymore. And I do have some favorite brands that are still not very expensive.
Like, I love the Karen cakes. I do. I love them. I don't know why. Does anybody else like them? You know, I
think there's a great public for Karen cakes. I haven't used them as much as I've used the Lion Brand Mandala, which is basically the same thing. And I love Lion Brand Mandala. But I love it because of the self-striping property. And it's interesting. I have used Red Heart Super Saver Ombre, which has a completely different texture from the just plain Red Heart Super Saver, which I would never, ever, 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 ever choose to use again.
I had somebody hand me a bunch of that.
Yeah, that old thing.
I'm doing amigurumi, so it makes sense.
That makes sense for something like that.
Yeah. I had somebody want me to make them a blanket out of Red Heart Super Saver, and I'm like, no, my fingers are not going to deal with that. It bothers, the Red Heart Super Saver bothers my fingers. I haven't tried, so it's like steered me away from their ombre.
Yeah.
I have done their the Red Heart soft.
There are some soft varieties that are nice. Karen asks if I like the big twist yarn.
That I like.
I do.
Who puts that out?
That's Joanne's house brand.
Oh, that's the Joann's. Oh, yeah. That is my favorite store brand. Honestly, I really like it.
And the colors are very vibrant, and you get a good deal on it. I just find that it runs on the thinner side. So, like, if you want a decent 4, you have to buy their 5. Their bulky 5.
Oh, okay.
Because the bulky 5 is closer to a true 4.
Several people have suggested that Scarfy is soft, but it doesn't frog well. I mean, that's my primary objection to Shawl in a Ball. It just doesn't frog well.
Picasso, you were mentioning Picasso earlier. Picasso does not frog well.
Well, I'm fortunate in that I haven't had to frog it yet, but it might happen.
You're just really good at what you do, so you don't have to worry about it.
No. But, you know, we can pretend that whatever I do is my own design.
Yeah, I'm a counter. I'm like, I always go back and count.
I always say that the
OCD.
The Home Improvement the Home Improvement TV shows, they always say count twice, cut once, or measure twice, cut once.
Right.
I say twice is not enough.
Yeah, I just sit there. I'm like, okay, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Like, even with this corner to corner, I'll go back and like double check it. So if I have to frog something, at least I'm only frogging maybe 5 blocks as opposed to like a whole row.
I don't even, I cannot count as I'm going. I have to go back after, if I think I've done 20 or 40 or 50 stitches, I'll have to mark it, go back and just confirm it with at least 2 more counts.
Oh, yeah.
And then I'll leave that marker in and then move on to the next.
And my problem with corner to corner is that once I get to the straight edge, I put a stitch marker to remind myself, don't grow this side. I have to do that because, I tend to do that. I tend to forget. I'll try to grow on that side. So I threw my little stitch marker on it.
Oh, hey, Daniel is here, and so is Miguel. I didn't even notice you guys coming in. I'm so sorry.
Oh, Daniel. I didn't know.
Oh, and Pivy, I watched your live cast. You had that live cast going on last week.
Oh, the marathon one?
The marathon one, yeah. I watched it.
Oh, cool.
Awesome.
I came over to you from, who was I? I forgot who I was watching. But now I've gone from watching like 3 people to watching like 15 people.
I honestly, I cannot watch as many people as I want to.
Yeah.
And I've just had to accept that because I can only do what I can do.
Yeah, like it is hard to watch them all, and I see all my little YouTube squares pop up, you know.
Exactly.
But
so
I saw yours from I can't remember his name. He just came out with a Pride.
You mean Daniel?
Material. Yeah, no, not Daniel. Because I do watch Daniel. No, the cripes. He just came out with Pride Material.
Mr. Domestic?
Yes, Mr. Domestic. Maybe from that. I love that Pride stuff. I want to get it for my brother.
Oh yeah, it's so awesome.
Yeah.
I love the Pride furls as well.
Oh, hey, Marie Chavez is here. I have reached out to Mr. Domestic on Instagram. I was saying before that I meet most of my interview subjects for my Monday Men on Instagram because there are just so many men there who do really, really good work.
What about the combat crochet? Is that it?
Oh, I've done him. Let me
Yeah.
rephrase that. I have interviewed him.
I was trying to skip over it.
Yeah.
I wasn't. I wasn't gonna let it happen.
No. In fact, I meant for him to be my very first posted interview.
Mm-hmm.
He's actually the second one that I recorded, though. And I had recorded another one before him and just edited it and had it ready to go and had scheduled it for a week later.
Yeah.
Had this fantastic conversation with Josh, Combat Crochet.
Yeah. I don't know.
When it was done, I realized I had not clicked record.
Oh no. I don't know if you can. I don't know if you can see this or not. It's a tattoo, and it's upside down, but it says IGY6, and it's the semicolon project, and it's for PTSD, and IGY6 means I've got your back. And so when
I haven't heard of that.
So when I shake your hand, it faces you.
Mm-hmm.
And if you know what this means, it tells you, I'm here, I support you, I've got your back. I have a brother that suffers from PTSD, and my two sons are both in the National Guard. My two brothers and my brother-in-law are all retired from the Army. So, and I work for the military. So.
Oh, I see.
So yeah, I'm a real supporter of that.
AJ is here too. So anyway, I wound up re-recording the interview with Josh from Combat Crochet, and I posted it on Memorial Day.
Mm-hmm.
And then I posted my interview with AJ the week after that. And AJ is active Navy right now. And does, nice crochet work as well. And then I thought that was great. And I have, I did another stupid thing. I had two really, really good interviews that I recorded in StreamYard. I did not download them right away. And because I did not download them in time, they went to live with Jesus.
Oh.
So one of the people is...
No bueno.
Yeah, exactly. One of the guys is actually... He's very understanding, and in fact, because of certain life events that he's been through recently, he thinks that he would be a better interview subject now than he was then. So I'm going to talk to him this week. So that'll be good. Heather is asking who Josh is. Josh is Combat Crochet. And if you do not know Combat Crochet, I recommend you go and look for his channel. He's also on Instagram and TikTok. And Facebook, actually. Yeah.
Yeah, some of his TikToks are hysterical.
I don't have TikTok, but with Instagram and YouTube, there's no escaping TikTok.
Yeah.
So I have seen some interesting TikTok videos from people.
Right.
But anyway. So yeah. God only knows who my next Monday man is going to be, because I've lost all of them.
Yeah, I was I have to go on to his Facebook group because I got recruited by one of my coworkers to crochet hats and scarves for Operation Gratitude, which it's for the military. It's for people coming back from deployments. They also send them out to people who are out on deployments also, and like for their family and kids. And they ask you to crochet scarves that are maybe 4 to 6 inches wide, and like they're not really long. They're like maybe 48 inches long, and just like plain hats with no pom-poms. And they just want it like in certain colors, like black, brown, the greens. They'll accept red, white, and blue. They have like a whole thing, but they're asking people to crochet, and I got recruited by one of the first sergeants since he knows I crochet.
Oh, that sounds cool.
Do that.
Okay, now we were talking about my my brand new external microphone earlier, and I was not getting good sound with it. I just changed the position and made it closer to me, so I'm going to switch over to that right now and just ask you to everybody tell me what it's
right now.
You're definitely softer than you were before.
It's softer than it was?
Yeah.
Okay.
But it doesn't have that like crackly in and out
okay.
quality.
Okay, so let me play with it a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm picking up a small crackle, but I don't know if it's
That might be my voice. How is it now?
Muffled. Sounds like you're underwater, kind of muffled.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay. We'll go back.
That's the feedback you're getting from the studio audience.
Yeah.
okay. Okay, I guess I'll send it back. Because God knows I don't have the skills to figure out how to work it right. If it doesn't work right now, I'm not going to figure out how to make it right.
Yeah, unless you have a techie friend.
I have a techie ex, but there's only so much I can like reach out to him for.
True that. Yeah.
Well, no, why?
Mm-hmm.
Here we are. Oh,
yawning's contagious. Don't do that.
Oh, I'm sorry. I hope you can find it in your heart to forgive me.
I can't.
Oh, dripping with sarcasm.
What? Whatever do you mean?
You know
I love your voice. It's so soothing.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah.
Yeah. Like you and Fiber Spider. You have like these soothing...
People have compared us before, yes. Did you see the interview I did with him? That was so much fun. I loved it.
He's hysterical.
He is. He is.
Yeah, I told him he reminded me of my friend Rich, who had passed away. And it was so funny because the day that my friend Rich passed away, Fiber Spider did a live.
Oh.
And it
was that
was
the first time you had seen Fiber Spider, or
no? I had seen him before, but it just happened to be like that synchronicity type thing where my friend Rich was just like, "Here, we're gonna make sure something happens to make you feel better."
Aww.
So, yeah.
Well, I'm gonna let you guys go. I have a hot date.
Ooh.
To prepare for.
well, there you go.
So,
I haven't had one of those in years.
Yeah.
I had a hot date Saturday after church with my husband. Woo! Married almost 31 years.
Sorry?
Thank you for letting me up here, David. I appreciate it.
Oh, of course, of course. Oh,
and
by the way,
leaving, that means Crystal will be here.
oh, but by the way, Ezra, I will be there the weekend of August 8th. I'll be in the area.
August 8th.
Yeah, because there will be something going on at Pfeiffer. So I will be up. I don't know where I will be staying, but it would be lovely to have a meetup with Charlotte people.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hey, Frenchie.
I love Charlotte.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'll talk to you later.
Okay. Bye-bye. So,
yeah, I just...
PJ, remind me where you are. I can't remember.
I am from New Jersey. I live right where Hurricane Sandy landed. Like literally, I'm right on the Jersey Shore. And if you remember the pictures of like the floating house and this bridge that got washed out, Yeah, I drive over that bridge every day to go to work.
Wow, wow.
Yeah, we had no power for almost 20 days.
Oh, wow. Yeah. I remember
Yes.
we had like bad hurricanes 2 years in a row because I was in Yonkers at that time.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like 2 years in a row we had bad hurricanes. And the first one was like the very first week I had started with a new job.
Oh, Irene.
It could
Hurricane
be.
Irene.
It could
Because
be.
my son was coming back from Korea and got stuck in California because he couldn't land out in these airports here.
Of course not. Yeah, I was. Yeah, that would have been in 2012, I think. And I don't remember the years anymore. It's funny. I used to when I was younger.
Mm-hmm.
And people my own age now would say, "Oh, the time just gets blurry." I didn't understand then. I understand now.
Yeah,
It gets really blurry.
I
Okay.
only remember Sandy when it hit because it was my daughter's senior year of high school.
Ah.
So that was in 2012.
Okay. If Sandy was 2012.
Then maybe Irene was 2011.
Okay, that was the year then that I would have been unemployed during hurricane season that year. Yeah. Because I think 2011 was the year that I was laid off, and I only had a few brief temp jobs until I got another one in 2012, and then that led to a permanent position in 2012.
Yeah, I just remember like when Sandy came through, where I work, like half the buildings on our base got destroyed.
Oh, wow.
And the flooding literally stopped the block from my house. Like I walked outside and went, oh, that's where it stopped. Yeah, I got real lucky.
I had some. I mean, I was living in a co-op building, an apartment building in Yonkers. We never lost our power, and we never were flooded. We never had any kind of a problem like that. I was watching the news all the time to see what was happening, and I was actually horrified at the way the local news channels covered it. But that's a totally separate topic.
Yeah, it was.
But I remember I had some online acquaintances nearby, a lot nearby. I mean, within a few blocks, who lost all their power for quite some time, and some of them had flooding. But I mean, we were fortunate that way. But one acquaintance I had online was telling me he was out walking after the hurricane, had gone out walking with a friend and had found a dead body that had been apparently killed in like the flooding. Because you know when floods happen, most of the deaths are from like trauma impact rather than drowning. So that's horrifying.
Yeah, and I think the most frustrating thing to me was the people behind me, like our backyards are next to each other. They had power and I did not.
Oh, wow.
That I thought, and we were on their electrical grid until a year before Hurricane Sandy.
And then it changed. Do you know, I have a friend in Dallas, and because he lives within blocks of the local fire and police stations, he's on a more, let us say, robust electrical grid. Yeah. So he never had any trouble. He never lost power during that everything that they experienced in the winter. But there are tons of lawsuits because there is substantial evidence that the power authorities and the private power companies knew about the need for additional power, however they phrase it,
Right.
supplies. In the winter, and because they could meet those demands in the summer when all the air conditioners were on, but they did not prepare for it.
Yeah, and like so many people during the winter, they don't have heat because they generally don't get that cold.
Oh,
You know?
they do get that cold. Granny D, I'm so sorry you were in the basement, but please try again.
Yeah.
It's really hard to see people who are in the basement. Just the way my thing is laid out.
Now the basement, that's like the holding room, like you're in the waiting room.
That's like the green room. It's where,
okay.
and under the primary screen where like you and I are here, I have like up to 4 frames with showing who's there.
Right.
If there's a 5th person who clicks that link, that 5th person appears on a 2nd row. And if I don't notice that there's a 2nd row, because you have to scroll down to see the 2nd row, and that has happened to me before. Oh gosh. Oh gosh. Now people are talking about horror stories from hurricanes and storms and things.
We have a refrigerator. We have 2 refrigerators and a stand-up freezer.
Mm-hmm.
And I ended up donating a whole bunch of food to our fire company and our first aid squad because there was no way I could keep it.
Mm-hmm.
It would have gone bad. So a lot of the guys that my husband worked with volunteer on the fire company. So I was just going up. I'm like, here, take it, cook it, eat, whatever.
It was sometime in the 2000s, like 03 maybe, 02, 03. I was in New York when we had that blackout.
Yes.
And I was working, at that time, I was working in Manhattan, but I was living in Connecticut.
Oh, okay.
But fortunately, I had a friend who lived within a few hours a few blocks of where I was working. So he allowed me to stay over, and that was very nice. But we could, from Manhattan, where it was all, no power, we could see over the river to New Jersey, where there was power.
Yeah.
It didn't make any sense. And
well,
then
the 79 blackout was like that. I remember the 79 blackout because I was living in Jersey City in 1979.
Oh, yeah?
And the whole skyline, like the Twin Towers and everything, I love that hat, by the way.
Yeah, MLB just mentioned this hat. Yeah. I think I have this pattern on my blog. So this is, well, I call it the Alicia Stitch hat. Because I won't say I created this stitch sequence, but it's just, doing a series of, alternating regular crochet with these like double crochet and chain 1 space, and double crochet and chain 1 space, that sort of thing. People like it. The Alicia shawl that I did has been the best seller on my Ravelry store.
Wow.
Anyway, but also in Manhattan, there was a huge variation in the way people reacted. Some of the restaurants were just giving away food and drink. Oh, hey, Crystal, glad to see you. So Yeah, some of the restaurants when that blackout occurred were just giving away food and drink because they knew it would otherwise spoil. But some of
Right.
them were still selling it at full price and just being completely stingy about it. And
Yeah.
you know, if they were properly insured, their like business continuity insurance might have covered it or something like that. But you know, there's
I
a
mean,
goodwill thing with the neighborhood that you
yeah,
just need to preserve. Hey, Nana Michelle.
if an electric
Hey,
company will,
Brenda.
yeah, if an electric company will refund or give you money towards food spoiling in your refrigerator and freezer to like their customers, I don't see why that doesn't happen with restaurants too. You know, because we got like a credit on
They
our bill
probably
for
will.
food.
Yeah, they probably will. I don't know how it works for commercial accounts with, you know, public utilities. So I just posted the link again if anybody else wants to come up. But yeah, it's interesting.
It is amazing how, you know, like I had, like when we had the generator hooked up, I have a gas water heater. My next
Hmm.
door neighbor, her whole house is electric.
Oh dear.
So I had her coming to my house. You know, I invited them. I'm like, here, come over, take a hot shower, you know, because we had
Exactly.
the hottest hot water ever. But like that one little thing, I didn't care how much water was being used. It was just a matter of, I don't want to take a cold shower, so why should somebody else? You know. Hi, Granny D.
I was ready to take a cold shower when my heat went out. I mean, my air went out yesterday. Oh my gosh.
Oh,
Oh,
I
I
thought I
had.
was sitting here, you know, we got back from the trip Friday and it was fine. I had my air, I just plumb cut it off, which I shouldn't have done that. The air guy said, I asked him if that hurts instead of hinders. You know me, I'm trying to pinch a penny with my electric bill, thinking I'm
Mm-hmm.
on a week, so we'll just turn it off. He said next time just turn it, you know, way up to like 90 or whatever.
Oh,
So
I
yeah.
see.
anyway, it's old. My condenser, I think that's what he called it, was blown or whatever it does. But he said my motor was hot. He said a lot of times when this happens, it'll be like, could be a few days, could be weeks, could be 6 years that my motor might go out.
Ugh.
We had to replace ours last year, and we found out that the most likely cause was because we had not changed the filter since probably the dawn of time.
Oh my
Um,
God. Well, I do change
so
the filter. So,
yeah, so we try to change it with some regularity now, but neither one of us is very good with ladders, and it's
I
like
almost
in the
never do.
ceiling, and it's like you have to like climb up a ladder and pull down
Oh
this
my gosh.
screen and put in the filter and stuff because the actual unit is in the attic.
Hmm.
Oh, anyway,
My
yeah.
unit's just outside, out back of my mobile home, but
Mm-hmm.
the return is in the floor, so that's where you put the filter. So it's not hard. I just have to remember to do it. I need to just start writing it on the calendar.
I do mine on the first of the month.
There you go.
Every month. They were actually telling us we should do it every month. And
Yeah.
as I can recall, it's been a while, so I should remind my sister because we're both pretty forgetful. I
Yeah.
mean,
It's easy to remember the first of the month. Change. We have 2 filters we have to change, and it's made a world of difference.
I'll bet.
Just changing it once a month.
Yeah.
I'll
I
bet.
checked
I'll
my
bet it
front
does.
on, and I was
Because I,
surprised because it hadn't been serviced in forever. My Freon was fine.
yeah, we have forced
So,
hot air heating, so changing everything goes through the same ductwork all year round.
you know, I spent so many years in the New York area that I got used to steam heat,
Hmm.
the radiant heat, the forced air heating. I don't think it suits me quite as well.
We live and die by the humidifier. In the winter, we use a humidifier. In the summer, we use a dehumidifier because that ocean air is just horrible.
Where do you
Oh,
live,
bad.
Michelle?
A Divergent.
Oh, me?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I live on the Jersey Shore.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, right where Hurricane Sandy landed.
Oh,
That's
mercy.
right. That's what.
Yeah, tomorrow, I don't know about your weather, David, but it's supposed to be cooler, like high of 75, but 100% chance. I don't know if that's all day or what.
Yeah, they're saying that we're supposed to get the storm like late tonight, early tomorrow.
Yeah,
But it's not as severe as it was earlier.
yeah,
Or
It's
at
down
least,
to a tropical storm now, right?
yeah. I think so.
yeah.
The
This
last
is
I
based
heard.
on what my sister has told me because I don't look at anything if I don't have to, unless
I
it's
don't
related to
either.
yarn or puppies or Jane Austen. So, oh, by the way, Granny, did I? No, you were not here when I said that I'm going up to Pfeiffer for the weekend of August 8th.
Oh, okay. You had told me in August, but you weren't sure exactly when.
I did not know the date until today, but the
August,
actual event will be on August 8th. So
and
I will probably go up. That's a Sunday. I'll probably go up on a Friday and return on a Monday.
okay.
And so there will be time to meet people because there are lots of people in the area that I want to meet.
Yeah, well, just remind me, and we'll figure out something. I can come down that way. It's only like 25 minutes or so from here.
Well, I don't know yet where I'll be staying. It will probably be either. No, the friend I was hoping might offer me hospitality will be out of town that weekend. So I'll
Okay.
probably be in a hotel in like Concord or Salisbury.
Oh, okay.
So it will be easy
Salisbury
for
would be
you.
close. Concord's about the same, about 25 minutes.
Yeah, you know.
I would
Where
definitely offer you a place here, but my kids can't even stay here and so bad.
I would not trouble you at all because I'm not a good house guest. So,
Oh, no.
no, but I,
Oh, mercy. Now that's bad. I've got just one bed, well, two bedrooms, but the little bedroom is my yarn room. But it's my yarn house.
you
Really.
know, I honestly, you talk about your accommodations in a very modest terms, but I would so love to have that because it's
Oh
all
yeah, it's mine. I
yours,
thank God for it
and
every day.
I would.
It's old, but it's paid for. I bought it new in the year of our Lord, 1986.
Oh wow!
I only lived in it about 6 months before I got married, and I lived in it longer than that, probably about a year, because I lived in it about 6 months before I met my ex now. But and then we lived in it for about 6 months until we got our house.
Mm.
But it's on our land. It's mine and my brother's now. It's where we grew up, and he's in the home where we grew up, and it's just
Yeah,
convenient, and everything's paid for. And
Well, that's a good feeling.
oh, it's wonderful. Yeah.
I live with my sister in our late mother's house, but it belongs to her, and I sort of feel like a house guest most of the time.
Oh,
That's too bad. Looks like it would have been left to both of you. But I won't get into family stuff.
Good idea. But yeah, it's a lot of stuff. And so even just even a small place as modest as what you describe would be lovely to
Yeah.
me.
Like
All I
I
need.
picked out, it needs lots of work done on, or not lot. I mean, just mainly cosmetic stuff. But I thank the good Lord for it every day.
Yeah, I'm
That's
living
what
in
you
my,
gotta do.
we bought my husband's grandparents' house.
Mm.
His grandfather passed away in 94 when I was pregnant with my daughter, and we moved in April of 95, and she was born June of 95. So that's how long we've been here, and it feels like we've always got something to do.
Yeah.
It's like I want to redo the kitchen.
Yeah, my kitchen, well, the floors the tile needs redoing, and my bathroom needs a total redo.
Yeah,
But
we put
Well,
in.
no matter what you have, there's always going to be something to do.
Right, there's
Yeah,
always just
Yeah.
like a car. Did
Yeah, we put in
Crystal Bod
hardwood
come in
floors.
a while ago?
Sorry?
Did Crystal Bod? I heard you say Crystal. Is that Bod?
She was here briefly, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was going to ask her more about her home. Did she say when they were moving? Oh, she said in August, I think.
August 12th
Oh,
is
Oh,
the
did she
closing date.
say? Okay.
August.
Oh,
August
yeah, but the
12th.
closing date and the moving date are two completely different things.
Yeah, she said
Yeah.
there's stuff that they have to do because Clark, she posted something on Bod Life yesterday.
Odd what?
Bod Life. It's a different YouTube channel she has.
It's more about.
I did not know about that.
Yeah.
Her family. She had it a while back, but it was.
She did, yeah, but I thought,
with the
and I
kids.
knew that she had abandoned, or she had stopped doing a lot of that because it was, I think she was getting a lot of feedback that was objectionable, which I think is stupid.
She didn't.
I heard
have
people
the
were
kids
evil.
so much in this one.
Yeah, people are stupid. People are evil. People are mean. I've honestly, I've been very fortunate. I know that, generally speaking, people are meaner to women who are YouTube content creators than they are to men.
Oh yeah.
That's just the thing. In middle school, girls are so mean, and even grown-ups. And I generally have, for the longest time, I didn't have thumbs down. Then when I got my first one, I was upset for about not long. Because I thought, all these big people, they have tons and tons of thumbs down. Of course, they have tons and tons of thumbs up, too. But, I just kind of laughed and said, oh, I guess I hit the big times. Now I just call I generally get at least one, and a lot of times two. I just call them my special friends.
Yeah, it's actually someone who is usually a very active moderator on my channel has mentioned that there have been comments that she deleted before I saw them.
Oh.
I sort of wish she hadn't told me that.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I honestly, I haven't really any negative comments I get that come through to me as actual comments. Most of the time, they're about technical issues.
Yeah.
Just as, with my patterns, any negative comments I get, most of the time, they're about formatting issues.
Oh.
Not about how easy they are to understand.
Right.
I tell you.
Do you not have a magnifying glass? Or
Right.
Get yourself a pair of cheaters.
Exactly, or something. I don't know. If you're reading it on screen, you do know how to zoom, don't you?
Really?
I think people just say mean things to make themselves feel better.
You know what? There is so much conjecture about why people do mean things, and that is a big, big discussion that I just am not interested in.
I think a lot of it has to do with jealousy.
You know what? I'm still not interested.
Yeah.
You know, it's really my focus, as I was saying before.
Mhm.
You know, and I think this is before you were here, Vanity. I was talking about finding my voice, and it really is about entertainment, enlightenment, and education. And you know, if someone is not here, if someone doesn't appreciate that, I don't give a term that I shouldn't use now that I'm monetized.
A rat's butt.
Hi guys.
Something like that. Hey, Nana.
Hey, my buddy Nana.
My
Hi.
David and PJ.
Hey. When does Olivia come home from vacation?
She got home Monday, but she only came here for a couple hours to tease me and tell me she had fun in South Carolina.
Fun in South Carolina? Isn't that a contradiction of terms?
She went to Myrtle Beach. She
Myrtle
was
Beach.
on the beach.
Oh,
Wow.
Myrtle Beach.
Her mom said never
Is that
again.
a fitting place to take a young person?
They stayed in the motel most of the time, but their motel was on the beach.
There you go.
Yeah.
Well, unless she went to Carowinds, which is right on the border of North Carolina and South Carolina. Kind of splits there.
I know a little bit about Carowinds, yeah.
I love Carowinds.
I do too. I haven't been. You know, I really loved my kids and I always really enjoyed Halloween. And they have what do they call it in Halloween? It's really cool. They have it all spooked up, headless horsemen and all that stuff. But it's kind of expensive, and it's just from like, I want to say 7 o'clock at night till like midnight.
Yeah,
like a special event.
Mm-hmm.
We have Fright Fest, and it's at our Six Flags Great Adventure, and that's like west of me. It's about 35 to 40 minutes west of me in Jackson.
Yeah.
So
I know what it's called, Scarowinds then.
oh, that's cute. That's a cute name.
It is, and it's fun, but it's just not long. And I mean, you know, it's still pretty pricey, and it's just, 5 hours. So
Yeah, I guess if you have a season pass, then
yeah.
Then
yeah,
it's
but
okay.
that in itself is terribly expensive, isn't it?
Well,
I remember when I lived in Florida, at Disney World, they would offer discounts to Florida residents for non-peak months
you're an awesome.
when they didn't get that many interstate visitors, just to bring in business.
Yeah.
And apparently that worked well for them.
Yep.
Yeah. But like here, I live right near the beach. I don't even go to the beach in the summer. There's too many. We call them bennies where I live.
Hey, Carrie.
Hey,
Hi,
everybody.
Carrie.
I'm sorry. I hope you weren't waiting too long.
Ever.
I was waiting forever, but it's okay.
I was saying that often it's just because of the way the frames are arranged. Often it's just easy to not notice that there's somebody in the second tier.
Yeah, I don't even understand. It's like after you put somebody up, they're still down there. It looks like they could just be up and not down there and leave that room so you can see the other folks that come in.
Now, who said they'd never been to the beach?
Me.
Oh my goodness! Yeah, I won't go.
Ohio. So.
Oh
Not
yeah,
unless you count Lake Erie.
Yeah, no, like
well, those of us who live by the seaside do not count lakes as beaches.
No.
Then I've never been.
Yeah, I can. The community that I live in, well, they call them development areas. I can actually walk to the beach in mine, but the actual ocean is. It's about 3 miles as the crow flies, not even. But you don't want to go there now because all the bennies are down, and that's what we call the tourists. They're bennies.
Oh.
It's It's an acronym. It stands for Bayonne Elizabeth Newark, New York.
Oh yeah.
And it's the train line. It's how the train line came down to bring everybody down. You lived in New York, so you understand, you know, you get that, you pick it up from Madison Square Garden and then just come straight down New Jersey Transit.
When I was in Florida, they used to call them snowbirds because they would come from, you know, the Northeast as well as from Canada.
Right.
And I had a job doing income tax returns, state income tax returns for like a bunch of different states. After somebody in the storefront would do it on the federal level for all of these people. And some of them thought that because they spent a few months in Florida that they were entitled to just totally disavow any kind of obligation to the state, but every state has their own rules.
That's right.
And oh God, when I had to learn Canada, that was hard.
Every state wants their money.
And, you know, as well it should be, because, you know, you got to pay the teachers and the policemen, but still. And there has to be accountability too.
Yep. There's always somebody trying to shirk the system.
And usually they're in the top 1%. But I'm not going any further with that.
Nope. 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 Nope.
Nope. Nope. Nope.
Michelle,
Nope.
your name is Michelle, right?
Mine?
Yeah.
It's PJ.
PJ. I thought I saw, did I not see Michelle on the thing?
Well, Nana Michelle is here.
Yeah, okay. PJ, do you have a channel?
No, I was earlier I was saying I started crocheting in January of 2020. I went from not knowing anything about hooks and yarn to being able to read patterns, and I just started making clothing.
That is terrific.
Cool.
That's a lot
Come
to
a
accomplish
long
in like
way.
18 months.
Short time, right?
Yeah, I've been reading patterns since. Actually, I learned from Mikey with the Crochet Crowd.
I learned a lot from him.
And I started reading patterns in like September of last year.
That's great.
And I'm a pattern tester for Tiffany, Crochet with Tiffany Hansen.
Oh, that's cool.
I've tested a couple of patterns for her. And she really likes how I test them for her because I'm very analytical and I'm all about consistency, and I just pick up on the little things. And she had other people testing, and I'm like, didn't they notice that this was misspelled? And she went, nope.
Okay. PJ, send me an email because I think I need you on my testing team.
Okay.
Yeah,
I can do that.
Having been a teacher, I'm big on spelling stuff and punctuation and that kind of stuff.
Well,
and
yeah,
like,
I was
even the abbreviations. Like, I'm one that likes to see if it's a single crochet. I like the SC all capitalized. I don't like upper lowercase. I don't like, because I want it to like jump out at me. I want it to say you're doing this. Yeah. So I love when they do the stitches in that all caps and everything else is normal as it goes. But yeah, I'll send you a an email, David.
Okay. I have 2 that are out for testing right now.
Yeah, I love doing hats and I love doing blankets.
Well, neither is a hat or a blanket.
Also, I was asking if she knitted also.
No, my daughter does though.
Okay.
Okay.
My daughter started knitting in December, the end of December of 19. And I saw how it was making her feel calm. And I'm like, well, I can't knit because she's knitting, so I'll crochet.
That's how I picked it up again, because I learned as a kid. I learned both knitting and crochet as a kid, although never really got knitting that well. But then my ex picked up knitting, and became quite an expert. And then he decided that that I should pick up crochet, because I had probably mentioned that I had done it as a child and learned a little bit about it. And that he decided we should be a bistitchual couple. And we actually, and that's where the name Bearded Yarn Dudes comes from.
Oh, I remember you saying, I remember that from, you had said that once before. Like
I've said
a
it
while
many
back.
times before, I'm
Yeah.
sure, because I tend to repeat myself. Not only that, but I tend to repeat myself. Carrie, look at that! Oh, look! Oh, wow!
I didn't get my bag, but I got my cup.
Oh, wow!
Oh, I have got. There's so many things I want to do, and merch is one of them. I need
It's so
an
pretty.
assistant
I
to do
used it
stuff
this
like that.
morning.
Yeah, Granny, you should use that squirrel that what's her name made you and put it on a coffee mug.
But you know,
Yes.
I've tried to do it before. Y'all know how techno savvy I am not, and I ran into
Well, Granny D, we can talk offline about that, because I've learned a bit about that in recent months. Because there are places where you can create the stuff.
Yeah,
and then,
I was trying to do that in it. I think it was like Teespring, and I just couldn't get anywhere with that.
Well, you can create the stuff, and some of these places, they will just push, once you have completed it, the actual item, they will push it to Etsy or whatever other outlet that you you specify. And then all you have to do is go to Etsy and just do a little bit of finalizing of the advert instead of totally recreating it.
Yeah.
So even though the one that I use doesn't have the range of products I would like, it has some nice products. I think I've got some nice products on my Etsy site, where, by the way, I have my merch. Oh God, I can't remember.
It's okay. We'll talk later.
Yeah, we will talk later. But actually, that would be a good topic Tuesday, actually.
Yeah.
Or a separate video, that sort of thing. Oh, is somebody else in the basement? Oh no, I think I've got everybody up here. Okay.
Fairy video.
I'm sorry. Say that again.
I said I hope to get in here tonight and do my fairy video. The fairy video's easy to do. I just always hate. I'm just such a weenie. I hate adulting. Like just typing out rules. I'm like.
Well, can't you like copy and paste?
Can't. Well, you can't. It won't let me copy anybody else's.
What won't let you copy?
When I'm trying to, highlight somebody's to do that, it just won't work.
What is that? The program that you're in, the browser or something, or are you using a mouse or a trackpad?
Trackpad.
There are probably ways around that, but anyway.
Well, I could just, I can write it down and type it up. It's not that bad. It's not that.
Yeah.
What if you put it
honestly,
into a Word document?
You know what you
type
should
it up
do?
once in a Word document and then copy it.
But then somebody has
And
to
then
provide the
copy
Word
it
document.
and paste it from there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I've done. I have documents for the descriptions for all of my daily videos, because I try to do one just about every day. I've started taking Thursdays off, but just about every day. So I have like a text document that I just copy and paste and update because it will of course need updating for the individual thing, but it's better than just writing it all out. And most of it is just boilerplate anyway. I'm sorry, say that again?
With my prayer list, it's in a document, and I can copy and paste in my community tab and also on Facebook. So that I got.
Yeah. So, and actually just today I was playing around in StreamYard and figured out how I could share a screen and show, like when I do my, oh, hello June. Looks like June just came in. I'm sorry for all of the people I have not been recognizing when you come in. Anyway.
We know you love us.
Of course I do.
We know
Well,
that.
most of you.
I'm sorry, you're being nice. You're talking about me.
I thought he was talking about me. I am gonna go though. I'm gonna go lay down. My knees are killing me.
Oh, okay.
Feel
Well, I'm glad you
better.
came up.
Okay,
Okay.
feel better,
I had
Carrie.
I had shots today in them, so
Oh, I see.
Oh,
Carrie, did you see the email that I sent you
did, and I
today?
started. Yes, and I started reading it. I'll read it when
Okay,
I go
cool.
lay down.
Okay, that's fine. That's
Everything
fine. Cool.
that I've read so far looks great.
Cool. That's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
So
Okay.
okay, I love you all and
Love
everybody
you.
in the
Have the
chat.
best.
feel better.
Feel better.
Oh, goodness. I couldn't
Okay.
imagine shots in the knees. Ow.
Oh, my friend actually had horrible knee problems, and he was a rather healthy guy, but still had joint issues, probably hereditary. And he was telling me horror stories about having shots in the knees, and then like 12 hours later having some sort of an after effect.
Yikes. I've been eating cherries on the way back from the mountains. We stop in this place every time. It's called Kyle's Harvest Orchard. It's huge. They got apples. They have all kind of produce. Anyway, I got a big bag of cherries. Cherries are supposed to be really good for your joints.
Oh,
Honestly.
I make elderberry juice.
Oh.
I put the elderberry, you get the dried elderberries, and you put like ginger and honey and cinnamon in it, and you like let it boil up and cool down, and you drink it. And that's like, it's really good for the immune system. But cinnamon is a natural, like anti-inflammatory. The honey is good for you. I do elderberry vitamins because I have RA and lupus, and I call it the alphabet disease because like I'm the healthiest looking sick person there is. And but I do that, and ever since I started doing that stuff, it's been like my hips aren't hurting and my shoulders don't hurt.
I have a lot of trouble with hip pain when I sleep. I'm a side sleeper. Oh my gosh, those beds in the mountains. There were new mattresses, but hard as a rock.
I prefer those, actually.
Oh, I can't.
A lot of people do, but these, like, I felt like I had actual bruised a hip on the side I slept on. So I had, you know, a lot of times you'll have an extra blanket in a drawer or something. So I got that thing and just folded it so many times and put it where my hip would be, and that helped a lot.
We just got one of those new memory foam mattresses.
That's
How is
what
that?
mine is. Well, it's got a topper. It's got a pillow top, and then I bought the memory foam extra, so it's got a lot of padding on it.
Yeah, no, I just know this thing weighed like 150 pounds because it was a king size. And we had to get my son to come over and help put it into our bed frame because my husband had just had surgery. And it's comfortable. It's surprisingly comfortable. And I hadn't slept on anything but a waterbed since I was 16. So to go from a waterbed to the memory foam was a switch.
Honestly, I used to do a lot of traveling for work, and one of the best parts of that was the hotel beds, because they were always super firm, and I would always have a good night's, well, as good a night of sleep as I'm capable of getting.
Oh, okay.
But I would always sleep reasonably well on them. I'm one of those people who falls asleep on the side, but then rolls over onto the back.
That's me.
And so I always wake up on my back, usually because of like sleep apnea, where I've like stopped breathing or something.
Your uvula's in the way.
Yeah, damn uvula.
All God's children got a uvula, like Barney says. I got a uvula, you got a uvula. All God's children.
Did Barney actually say that?
He did.
Hmm.
In one of the episodes.
Fancy that.
Where he was trying to join the church choir, and he was so awful. And they were trying to tell him, but nobody wanted to tell him. So they were like, "Oh, you got a sore throat. Look at that thing hanging down." He said, "Went to the doctor, and it's just a uvula. I got a uvula. You got a uvula. All God's children got a uvula."
It looks like Trisha just joined us. Hey, Trisha. Yeah, I mean, I won't tell you some of the other settings in which I have seen Barney put that were not exactly authorized by the creator. But
I heard him say it on the program.
I'm sure, but yeah. Anyway, yeah. So yeah, sleeping is. I don't sleep all that well. I don't have a great mattress now because when it was purchased, economy was the primary objective.
Yeah.
So I honestly I miss. There was a bed and a mattress set that I had for quite a few years. And moving from apartment to apartment. But then, I have purged so many things in various moves, so I no longer have that.
Yeah,
and I miss it.
Yeah, my husband just wanted this new mattress, and so we got it.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, so it's comfortable. So it was just me getting used to it.
We have to do with it. With any new mattress, you have to get used to it. Yeah.
I figure if I'm tired enough, I'm gonna sleep anywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can fall asleep sitting up if you're tired enough.
Oh, this I know from. But yeah. So if you have ongoing difficulties with it, then that would be the time to talk about it. But if it's just in the getting used to it period, then
yeah, my husband likes it. I'm happy if he likes it. That's all that matters.
Excuse me.
I told you that's contagious.
I'm so sorry.
It's a live thing. It's okay, David.
Actually, we've been doing this for an hour and 45 minutes.
Wow.
And I can smell dinner in the kitchen.
What do you have for dinner?
It's time to go.
I think we're going to have a lot of vegetables tonight. Possibly some sauteed chicken strips alongside all the vegetables.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, I did my tortellini with my homemade gravy.
Yeah. Now, when you say gravy, do you mean red sauce or do you mean brown gravy? Okay.
Red sauce.
Because those of us who come from the South do not know that red sauce and gravy can be the same thing.
Yeah, when I think gravy, I think like meat gravy, like
gravy.
Yeah, no, like we have gravy and we have brown gravy. Because my husband's family is very Italian. Like my husband's like third generation off the boat, the Ellis Island. And I called it spaghetti sauce and got in trouble when we first started dating by Grandma Sika. Grandma Skilful got on me. So I was taught real fast. It's gravy.
Oh,
Well, us Southerners, we have gravy and we have spaghetti sauce.
yep.
Yeah.
Totally different thing.
And I'm not Italian. My family's from New England, where everything is made in one pot. You know?
I love those things. There's nothing I
Oh.
love better than like a beef stew that I can cook in like a crock pot or
Oh my
like a
gosh.
Dutch oven for like 14 hours in the oven or something like that.
Oh my gosh. I love making like New England clam chowder and split pea soup. I love making that. I make lentil soups. I do my beef stews. I do all that stuff.
You can make a really good split pea soup in an Instapot.
Yes. I just got an
Um.
Instapot. But you know what I use it for mostly? Making yogurt.
That's what I was doing with it.
I actually didn't know you could do that.
Oh my gosh, it's the best yogurt in the world.
Is it really?
Yeah, I use the Fairlife 2% milk, the Fairlife vanilla creamer, and I use a small jar of the wee yogurt. And you get like a half a gallon of yogurt for, $6. And
That's
then
not
you
so
can-
bad.
And Big,
And
can
then
you
I-
freeze it and have frozen yogurt?
I bet you could. I haven't.
I
It
keep
doesn't.
talking about Culver's is the place to get frozen yogurt. It's frozen custard, is what I mean to say.
Yeah.
I'm not that big a fan of frozen yogurt, but I like to have like a small single serving cup of yogurt every morning for breakfast.
The frozen
I-
custard is delicious.
We get that at Rita's. It's like I don't know if you have it down south. It's
We used to have one here in Ohio. They got rid of it.
I love Rita's. It's like 3 miles away from me.
I'm not sure I've ever heard of it.
It's
Pretty sure I haven't.
it's like a water ice, but it's Italian ice that's fresh made. And they'll put like frozen custard, and then it's got like the fruit in the ice, so you can get lemon, watermelon.
Yeah, I'm quite sure we
chocolate
don't
chip
have
cookies.
that.
Oh my gosh, so good.
Sounds
You don't know what you're
Yeah.
missing.
I'm quite sure we don't have that here in coastal North Carolina.
Probably not.
Unless it's with from New York transplants. Anyway,
Yes.
I do have to call it quits because dinner is ready and I've been on
Thank
for a
you for
while
having
now.
me.
Yeah,
Well, of course, it's been a pleasure, and thank you for
Thank
everybody
you.
who has been on the panel, and thank you for everybody who has been in the room, and of course, like, subscribe, share, all of that standard YouTube crap, and
And I'll
keep
shoot
coming
you an
back.
email.
Please do, because I would love to have you test my patterns. Okay?
Yeah, that would be an honor. I'd really like that.
Been nice
Okay.
to meet you, PJ, and
Yes,
always
nice to
good
meet
see you, David, and my buddy Michelle.
Always
I'm gonna
okay.
have to
Everybody.
subscribe to your channels because I don't have yours.
Please do. I go live.
You don't have Granny D?
Friday at
No.
I thought everyone had Granny D. Oh my God, what's
No.
wrong with you?
Saturday
I'm
and
from
Sunday
Jersey.
at 3.
Well,
I'm from Jersey. That pretty much says it.
perhaps I should say what else is wrong with you. Anyway.
Well, Jersey's the only state you can say half the name and everybody knows what you're talking about.
Exactly. Oh, I get really annoyed when people say Carolina.
No,
Because there are
there's
two
north
of
and
them.
south.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm
Okay.
going to call it quits. I really have to. And
Gonna go down
thank you,
to-
everybody. Bye-bye
All right.
now.
Have a great
Drop it
day,
down,
everybody.
Enjoy dinner.
Good night, everybody.
Enjoy.
Bye.